Welcome. We live? Welcome to the Reed Report. I appreciate you guys for taking this time to hear me out. Today we will be doing another article reaction. This article will also come from David Newton, staff writer, Panthers writer for ESPN. And this article that we'll be going into today is talking about Bryce Young. Remember last time we were here, we were talking about Andy Dalton being the mentor to Bryce Young. Well, this article right here is talking about Bryce Young being elevated to QB1 for the Panthers. He didn't start off as QB1. He didn't come in as QB1. He has not been named a starter yet for the Carolina job, but he has been elevated to QB1, which is the plan all along, which the article will talk about. The plan all along is to get Bryce ready for week 1 against the Lions. But before we get to week 1, we got to go through some training camp, and then we also got to go through some preseason. So without further ado, let's start the show and let's react to this article. Let's see what David Newton is talking about. Yes. Here for the article. Appreciate you guys for taking this time to hear me out. Be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and also leave a comment after the video or during the premiere to tell me what you guys think about what's happening with the Carolina Panthers. So let's get into this article here. Get right into the article. Like I said, the title of the article is Next Step, Bryce Young Elevated to QB1 for Panthers. Article starts off by saying, again, this is from David Newton, ESPN staff writer for the Carolina Panthers. It says the Carolina Panthers have elevated rookie quarterback, I was about to say Vince Young. I was about to say Vince or Vice Young. Rookie quarterback Bryce Young to the #1 quarterback spot. A move Coach Frank Rich said Thursday is the next step in the top pick of this year's draft, becoming the week 1 starter. While Young has planned had gotten more reps than veteran Andy Dalton with the first team during the first 2 weeks of voluntary off-season workouts, Dalton was listed as the starter and began each drill with the first unit. So, of course, they wanted to get Bryce Young just acclimated to how things work in the NFL. Of course, much faster game than college, so he wasn't going to come out right off the bat as the starter, the week 1 starter for the Carolina Panthers. He was going to have to earn that spot being elevated to QB1. And like I said, he's not been named a starter yet. He's just been elevated to QB1 for the team. So that starting spot still a ways off because there's still a lot to get done. It says that changed this week as the 2021 Heisman Trophy winner continued to show he had earned the respect of teammates and performed at a level worthy of getting first team reps. It's just the next step, Rich said. We had a couple of weeks to watch Andy. Andy has continued to perform at a very high level. We're just trying to get our team ready. Everything is about what's best for our team. And so this was just the next step. Rich said that 5'10", 204-pound Young will continue to get first team reps during next week's 3-day mandatory camp, and that Dalton will continue to work with the second team. He noted this was the timeline he and general manager Scott Fitterer mapped out for the move after making Young the top pick. Wide receiver DJ Chark, who was on the receiving end of one of Young's patented deep passes Thursday, said Young has been fantastic and has earned the respect of everyone in the locker room. So, as you can see here, that's always good to build a rapport with your receiver. The good thing about this, with Bryce being a rookie, is that he's coming in. He has people like DJ Chark, people like Adam Thielen, you know what I'm saying? And they also drafted a receiver, I think in the second round. So it'll be fresh for everybody. Like it'll be the chemistry getting used to will be much easier because these are the first receivers that he gets to work with. These are the first guys that he gets to work with. DJ Chark, very productive receiver, as well as Adam Thielen, be a good number 2. Then we got Miles Sanders in the backfield. So last year I thought the Panthers could surprise people, and they were that close. It was just that Tampa, they lost a lot of games they should have won. Tampa did not live up to what everyone thought they would be, and at the end it just fell apart. But I'm not coming in as prisoner of the moment, or this is my team, so I'm just going to always think the Panthers are going to be a contending team for playoffs or Super Bowl or whatever. No, I really think with the coach we have in place, this team has what it takes to get to that next level to break through. I mean, this division is wide open. This is not nobody's favorite to win this division. The Saints are not favorite. The Bucks are not favorite. The Falcons are not favorite. The Panthers are not favorite. So they have a chance. They have a chance. And that's why I wasn't upset when they made the move to move on from Steve Wilks. Even though I like what Steve Wilks was able to do, like I said, my position has always been the Panthers have always been a respected defense. We know what they're capable of on defense. We saw it in 2021. We saw it in 2022. It's just the offense was never really able to produce enough to keep them in these games. So moving on from a defensive-minded coach to a guy like Frank Rich, I think was the best decision that the Carolina Panthers could have made. But anyway, let's continue with this article. It says, everybody is here for him, Chark said, and we believe he can take us to some really high places. Chark said the way the organization has surrounded Young with a veteran offensive line, brought in proven offensive weapons such as himself, and put him in a veteran coaching staff has made this a matchup made in heaven for Young. Young said being elevated to number 1 won't change his approach, which has been to go out each day and get better and earn the respect of teammates. For me, it's about earning it, Young said. I'm grateful to have the opportunity that I have. I still think it's a process. I'm grateful to be accepted by the team. It's an amazing locker room, a great group of guys. I want to continue with that. So it's not something you're just entitled to. Rich didn't tell Young about the move to number 1 until the end of last week when they began discussing this week's plan. We could have shifted it. We could have moved it up, he said on the timeline. I really didn't want to move it up because I thought things were going the way we wanted. At the end of last week, I pulled Bryce aside and Andy and just said, hey, we talked about this from the beginning. You guys are doing it exactly like we wanted. We're going to make this switch and move forward. And while the plan is to have Young ready to be the week 1 starter at Atlanta, Rich isn't ready to make that official until he has seen Young perform in pads during training camp. So of course, he's not, like I said, he's not going to be named the starter right off the back. You got to see him in training camp. You got to see what he does at the next level. Training camp is the next level. Then you got preseason. Then you got that week 1 game against the Falcons. So you got to, you know what I'm saying? It's steps to this. There's steps to this, and it's good that Young is staying humble, not feeling like he's entitled to anything because he was the number 1 overall draft pick, and Andy Dalton, you know, he's a 13-year veteran in the league, so he's taking those pointers, just embracing the role of being the young guy, being that guy who knows that he has a lot to learn, knowing that this game is a lot different when it comes to speed than what college is. So that's a good approach right there. We'll just finish up the article. He's showing everything you want to see, Rich said, but this goes back to even the draft decision. We don't have to make a decision until you have to make it. So we'll just keep giving him and our team the opportunity to get better and to earn that starting role. So far, he and a lot of guys have taken the step needed to earn that spot. So as we see here, we started with Andy Dalton embracing that mentor role, all the way to Bryce Young being elevated to QB1, not the starter, just elevated. Just seeing how he will handle this, seeing his approach to this. So far, from what we're reading and what the writers are saying, so good. So it's going to be interesting to see how things are going moving forward. Of course, steam is going to continue to pick up as the season progresses. So stay here on the Reed Report as training camp gets ready to come in effect as well. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys taking this time to hear me out. And until next time, we will talk soon. Peace.